A lot is going on with Kanye West right now. Most people are saying that he's loony, and I don't really think he's loony. Actually, I think most of the stuff that he says is spot on. And when I say most, I mean most. The George Floyd comment, I don't know what he was talking about at that point. Wow, he was out of line for that one. In this video, we're gonna break it down. First, let's talk about the White Lives Matter shirts. Let's get that one out the way. And then I guess we can go to his comments on Jews. And then I guess we can, even go back a little bit to when he said slavery was a choice. And I know everybody likes slavery. How you going to defend that? Just stay with me, all right? If at the end of this video you do not agree, just happily put it in a comment. I'll be sure to respond to anybody. First, let me say this. I can't stand when people put any other race in front of lives matter. And it's not because I don't believe other lives matter, because that would just be foolish, right? But the internet is a weird place. So therefore, you have to explain everything. I think that people see an invisible word only in front of Black Lives Matter. No one ever said that only Black Lives Matter. Maybe black people should have just, we should have just put like the word "to" at the end with the side eyeballs. Like maybe. I had to explain that first before I get into the defense of what Kanye West did. You can put anybody's race in front of Lives Matter and it'll be no problem. Asians was going through whatever the Asians was going through when the COVID thing happened and people were mistreating them in whatever numbers. Said Asian lives matter. Nobody said nothing. Black people was like, yeah, you're right. They're going through something. Asian lives matter. Then you got this thing going on with the LGBTQ plus community. They said trans lives matter. I don't think nobody debated that. It's cool. Hell, Peter started talking and talk about animals. Goddamn chicken lives matter. Goats lives matter. Cows lives matter. Everybody lives matter, and everybody was like, okay, cool. As soon as you put white lives in there, that's where people have the problem. See, there's a big difference between being pro-black and anti-white. Keep in mind, I don't like when anybody goes in front of there. I think it's mocking black people. I think it's mocking whatever we say. Like, your problems ain't serious. Don't worry about it. That's what I feel. You can't be up in an uproar just because he said white. Now that's being anti-white. But when you push forward, don't say that he's wrong. He's not wrong for it. Just say you don't like it. And it's fine to not like something. It's fine to disagree because I disagree with it. So therefore, it's fine to not like it. I don't like that. I don't like, no matter who you put on there. But now when people don't mind them saying it about anybody else or with anything else, it's just only when you insert white, then you're fighting a different fight now. But you can put it in the comment section. Tell me, are people more anti-white? If Kanye West would have had trans lives matter on his shirt, nobody would have said a word. No hoopla, no nothing. When he did his interview, he said the reason why he put white lives matter because they do. All right. Let me reiterate one more time because the internet is a weird place. Anything besides Black Lives Matter is making a mockery of the L and the M of the BLM. You're just making a mockery of it. It's like whatever. It's like saying like, yeah, you got problems. Everybody got problems. Shut up. That's how I take it. That includes this White Lives Matter comment. But there's a difference between being pro-black and anti-white. This is baffling to me of how people have a problem when putting White Lives Matter on a shirt and say, well, that community shouldn't be there. You're just trolling. And then when Kanye West says something about Jews, and now keep in mind, anybody's religion could be anybody's religion. It could be any, color or height or whatever it is. But when you think of Jews, I don't think you think of any other ethnicity but white, to be honest. And if you do, then, maybe I'm off. But when he said something about them controlling everything and doing, then they said, all right, what we are saying bad things about this community, right? So I'm like, okay. Which I don't think you should, you should talk bad on any community in any type of way. I think it's weird. I think you got bigger problems, and I don't think you have to put somebody down and bring yourself up. That's my opinion. However, when I was listening to this interview, I thought of it a certain way, and it just so happened that Kanye West thought of it a certain way. And I'm like, it's the same exact way. So maybe I'm just as crazy as him. He basically said that he was jealous of Jews. That's what he was. The problem is not with you being Jewish. It's just the fact that y'all got everything so organized. Y'all control everything. And y'all making y'all money. Y'all stick with each other. You don't abort your babies. You do all of this stuff that I wish our community, the black community, could do. Let's just run the clip right quick. Let's run that right quick.
And you said you can't be mad at them because you want to do the same.
You know what?
That's an important thing to say.
I can't be, but I am because I'm jealous because I'm a human being.
And you want the same
and I'm a competitor. I want my people to rise up like the Jewish people. I'm a competitor. I feel that if I am not the leader, I'm one of the strongest, most vocal leaders. And I feel Lauren is the leader. I feel like there's multiple people that are leaders in this community, right? And I'm jealous of the Jewish community. I'm jealous of how the fact that they do not abort their people. I'm jealous of how the fact.
So why not say that as opposed to
I'm saying it right now. It's coming now. Let me say it, bro. It's coming now. It's coming out. Let me say it. You have to get to it. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business. And I'm jealous, not just for me, but for our entire culture. And I believe that once we rise up, that we will have a position to be able to serve God, because it's not about taking over the world. God runs the world. We need to be in service to God, and we all need to be in service to God. So I'm jealous. And you know what? Because when I would speak on the Khaled and Drake record, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I was speaking on Drake, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I'm speaking on the Jewish culture, why I'm speaking on that? Out of jealousy. I'm jealous of the Jewish culture.
I think he said it all right then and there. I think it's common sense. This is what baffles me when Kanye West starts to speak, because he says and reiterates what everybody else is already saying. If he thinks that a certain group of people run the society, then they're to blame for whatever happens afterwards. Now, black people, when they scream Black Lives Matter, they believe this. And they say, well, it's your fault. Hence the reason why they don't like the White Lives Matter shirts. I get it. West is saying that they run the organizations. They run everything that's going on here. The media companies, the music industry, or anything else that they run. If he's saying that, then I kind of think that y'all agree with him. He's just saying it directly. Everybody else is speaking indirectly. Oh, the white person did this, that, and the third, and I can't stand. I can't get this because of these type of people. And he's just saying the type of people. He's saying the same exact thing, but instead of saying these type of people, he says exactly who he thinks it is. So for the most part, I think most people agree with that. Now, let's get down to the most controversial of them all for today. When Kanye West said slavery was a choice. Jesus Christ. Which I agree, because we all know that slavery wasn't an actual choice, but, you know, the internet is like a weird place. When he first said that, I didn't know it was going to be like a backlash to that. Because when I seen it, I was like, oh, I get what he's saying. This is not to say that slavery was a choice. Like, slaves is like, oh, hey, man, so, you know, I got my kids, I got my family, I got my brother, my cousins. We want to come over here. We want to go on a plantation. You know, we're going to let thorns prick us as we pick cotton for you and get mistreated. That's what we want, you know. And you know what? I know we can go over here and be by ourselves, but, you know, I'd rather go over there and do that. No, I don't think that's what Kanye West was saying. However, people spent it like that. So when I heard it, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'm cuckoo and maybe I'm crazy. Then I started thinking of what Dave Chappelle said about this.
The worst thing to call somebody is crazy is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
Then I was like, all right, let me think here, because everybody pissed off about this, and I'm trying to figure out why. And the reason why I'm trying to figure out why, it's not because it wasn't like a crazy statement. It was the fact that, you know, right when I started thinking about Black Panther, and when Black Panther came out, oh God, Wakanda. It's like, oh, all right, I respect it, even me, myself. Wakanda. I'm the same way. I'm guilty of it. I put that X up for the whole year. In fact, I had like a tan mark with an X right here on my chest, just from Wakanda. And we all know Black Panther was an amazing movie. That is not here for debate. But at the end of it, Michael B. Jordan's character said the same thing Kanye West said. And maybe people didn't catch it, but I'm like, nah, they couldn't have, because I remember when that happened, they said Wakanda. So I know that they saw it. And if you don't remember, Michael B. Jordan's character said,
maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you can just lock me up? Nah. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger, said, I'm going to take the route of my ancestors that chose not to be slaves, that chose death over bondage. Saying also that slavery is a choice. Kanye West is crazy. Kanye West was not saying that slaves could clock out like, yo, massa, we done our shift, we got the cotton right there in the back, me and the rest of them, we gonna just bail out for today. Maybe we come back, maybe we don't, we holler at you later, all right, peace. When we watch movies like the Nat Turner, Birth of a Nation, where the slaves rebelled and they started killing the people, even fictional stories like Django, when we see that, we like, yeah, we understand the rebellion. And that's the slaves basically making the choice that I would rather die than live in bondage. It's the same thing Kanye West was saying. The same exact thing. Drop your comments below so I know exactly what you're thinking. Don't just click off the video without saying nothing. Be a ninja watcher. Stay safe and subscribe.